We will now review the solution to the lab building a new website. First of all, locate the File System Explorer for your particular operating system. In this case, as the demonstration is being done on a Windows machine, we are using Windows Explorer. We need to locate the htdocs folder. In this case, it is under XAMPP, which is off of the root of this particular system's hard drive. From this folder, we will now create a new folder called Suites Complete. Next, we locate the Working Files folder, we move to the folder for this chapter, and we locate the getting-started_project.zip file. Again, depending on your operating system, you will have different tools which can be used to access this archive. We will now unzip the contents of this archive into the new folder just created. And as mentioned earlier, we now have a series of HTML files. Let's go ahead and test the installation as it stands so far. We go to the browser, we select localhost, and then Suites Complete. As mentioned earlier, we now have a website, but it is only a series of standalone HTML web pages. And as you notice, if we try to perform various actions, like checkout for example, nothing happens. This is because these are simply standalone web pages and are not interactive. The goal of the lab, of course, is to bring the website to life using PHP. We will now locate index.html and open it up in our browser. We will convert this now to a PHP file. The technique is quite simple. Add a PHP tag in the beginning. Make sure to close the PHP tag. The reason why we need to do this is because we are mixing PHP with HTML. We can now save the file as index.php. We can now move back to the folder and remove the index.html file. The other files we will retain for documentation purposes. We are now ready to test the installation. So we move back to the browser and we modify the URL to say Suites Complete index.php. And as you can see, it looks exactly like the other page. However, now it is running under PHP. Of course, if we click on any of the links, we'll be back to the HTML pages. To complete the lab, take the remaining pages and convert them to PHP files as well. You can then save the HTML files into another folder. So again, we use the same technique. We insert a PHP tag in the beginning, save as, and we continue with all of the other files in the folder. We can now take the HTML files and move them into a separate folder. And at this point, we have only PHP files in the Suites Complete folder. And this concludes the review of the solution for the lab building a new website.